There's one. Got him. Oh, this is a crappie too. Look, boom. See?
Awesome, awesome.
That's what we need. See, if we brought a stringer, we could cook some of these.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Guys, this is my brother-in-law, Augie. My sister wanted to do some fishing, so the two of them decided to drive up and stay with me for the weekend. Augie and I slipped out back and did a little fishing off the floating dock, and after catching a handful of fish, Amy decided she wanted to come out and join the fun. We floated around and caught a few fish. Augie is a bit new to fishing, but Amy and I have been fishing since we were kids. Luckily enough for us, we had a father that enjoyed taking us fishing and camping. It seemed like every weekend we were out somewhere catching fish somewhere. This weekend we decided was going to be no different. Today we just spent the day on the pond. The next day we had plans to meet up with Dad, take 2 boats, and just see how many fish we can catch. With any luck, we can catch dinner. See where the swimming area is? Yeah. We're gonna head straight over there. Okay. And so, what you're gonna want to do is grab your pole. Ooh, you want to make sure your hooks aren't hooked like that, because if your hook's hooked on your line, it's just gonna stay at the top. But you want to make a long throw.
Okay.
You want to have a little bit more line than that out, so you want to let it just pull some, and then set it in, rotate that around, it'll keep it from coming out. And so there's no exact science to the exact distance you need to be out. We just have to figure out a good speed to run on the boat. So you want to add a little bit more line than that, so leave your bail open, let it pull.
Okay.
And then you can probably lock it there and then put it in the rod holder. Like that, there you go. And then do the same thing on the other side. And we are good to go. That was weird. Oh, you got a fish. You got a fish, that red one.
This one?
Oh, you know what? Reel it in. Either that or your hooks are hooked. I couldn't tell. It's either you had a fish or your hooks was hooked some kind of way and your bait did something funny because it came to the top. You got a fish?
I think so.
Yeah. I saw it do something funny and I was looking at these two. You just cranking them in. That's 3 in a row for you. That pole's got something magical on it. Woo, man.
Man, I'd have fish on these things and not even know it.
I was gonna say, you got to watch the tips, and as soon as your tip gets to cranking, then you got one. Oh, there he is. Got him. Got him. This is where I hung the first one, or close to it. This 10-foot jig pole makes them feel like they're absolute monsters. I mean, look at this pole's bowing over. That fish ain't big as nothing, but it feels like he's a giant. Whoa. We have all the same 4 to 6 foot Bill Normans, all of them. So where the white stump is, they're right out from that. Yep. So we already knew the baits that these bass were going to bite because Dad and I had just taken this trip up there a couple of weeks prior to this weekend. And before going out again, I went to the store and bought several more of those same baits that the fish were biting, and they're all biting those 4 to 6 foot diving Norman crankbaits. Most of the fish came off of a chrome with a blue back, but we did catch some on white. The main thing when you're trolling is to consistently catch fish. You've got to be able to reproduce what you're doing. So you want to be able to throw the baits that's going to dive the same depth. Sometimes the size of the line matters, because you're obviously, the smaller the line, the deeper your bait will go. And you want to maintain the same speed. So if one boat's faster than the other, the boat that's driving the right speed is going to catch most of the fish. And I was using the Bandit speed. If you're not familiar with the Bandit crankbait trolling chart, you should look it up. I'll do a video on that later in the summer. But their optimal speed is 1.6 miles an hour, and you can regulate the depth of your bait based on how much line you have out and the bait that you have on there if you're using Banded baits. We didn't have those today, but this method worked great. Oh man, I had to turn a little sharp. We were getting a little, I think I was a little further out from the bank that time. I couldn't, look, that pole's got one. The orange one's got one. Orange one's got one. Dang, I'm telling you, we're gonna have to give them one of your poles. They're on fire. They're on fire. It's those chrome bluebacks. You got both of the brand new chrome bluebacks, and that's the ones that's killing the fish. Oh, that looks like a good fish.
Yeah, I can feel it.
That's, oh, he's coming in upside down.
Is that why?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good keeper though.
Size.
Dude, you are smoking it back there. I mean, I don't know how many fish you've caught, but it's a bunch. We're gonna go past the buoys and then we'll circle around to. Hey, we're gonna go right to there and then we're gonna come back to you, because we're gonna catch fish right here under the boat. Look, that one's got one. I told you we were gonna catch 2 fish right here in front of you, and then we're gonna swing over there to you. Hey, Amy, you ought to pick that crappie up and let me see it. We're gonna swap a pole with you. This is the chrome one.
Yeah, I had a chrome black back, and that's the only one we have.
Oh, wow. That is a Donkey Kong. Dang, you caught
I've never
that?
seen one that big ever.
Wow.
We're gonna get another one.
Hey, man. So we're gonna let y'all run that line and catch some bass real quick so y'all catch up to us. We're gonna swing out here and try to catch crappie.
Yeah.
Look, we got at least 9 or 10 in the cooler, and we've thrown back 5 or 6 at least.
No kidding.
You got a double? I think it's just your momentum, Dad.
No, I got something big. Come here. Oh.
Hey, Amy, look at what Augie caught.
Is that not a big crappie?
Big
Yep.
crappie.
We gotta see whose is bigger.
Yeah, on the same one that we brought you. Oh, y'all got a double, huh? You got him hooked in the back. We're hanging a lot of them like that. So Augie and I had to spread the wealth around a little bit. We had a boat full of those chrome crankbaits, and that seemed to be the bait that was catching the most fish. Just like this big crappie that Augie caught. We didn't catch very many crappie this day, but the ones we did catch were pretty big. A lot bigger than the bass. Bass aren't very big, but we caught a bunch of them. I bet we landed 50 between both boats. If you haven't tried this method of fishing, you got to try it. It is so much fun. And having 2 boats, 4 poles, and each boat going at the same time just equals a lot of fish. And then having a big crew to help pack the boat up is a change for me. It makes real quick work. And then after this, we decided to go back to Dad's to cook some fish. While we were there, I got to check out Augie's new bow. He bought a new bow tech, and I had to shoot it, and that thing was so smooth. Do you guys enjoy fish fries? I love it. if you're not sneaking a piece of fish every few minutes, you're just not doing it right.
It'd be great to have it in one container.
Well, the neighbor
That's pretty fire.
will.